coming up next, we have AI-driven solutions in financial services. How can Asian organizations take advantage? Brought to you by ADVANCE.AI. Our speaker for this session is Shou, co-founder and CEO of ADVANCE.AI.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you to Singapore FinTech Festival organizers for having me here to speak in today's Green Shoot section. I'm Shou, the CEO and co-founder of ADVANCE.AI. It's a great pleasure to be here. Today, I'm going to recap on the development of AI-driven solutions in financial services, discuss how AI technology is impacting in Southeast Asia and India now, next, and beyond, and reflect on the shock of the COVID-19 pandemic to our technology innovation. 2020 is not an ordinary year. These are immensely challenging and uncertain times for many of us. The COVID-19 pandemic is also not ordinary. It's a twin crisis, a health crisis, and an economic crisis. Rolling into one has exposed every person, every business in every country to that double jeopardy. The path followed by the economy in almost a whole year has had more to do with epidemiology than economics. How the public health situation and therefore the economic development evolve over the coming year remains to be seen. Luckily, we are surviving from this gray rhino accident, a term coined by the policy scholar Michelle Walker, which described the pandemic as a dangerous, probable, and obvious, but considered as being remote and thus neglected by most of us. However, what we can't neglect that the usage of AI technology, which is thriving amid the pandemic and significantly accelerated by the outbreak. My company, ADVANCE.AI, is a leading AI and big data company in Asia, and we are devoted to assisting our financial and enterprise clients' digital transformation, automation transformation, and anti-fraud management via our independent R&D AI-powered products and solutions. Amid the COVID-19 pandemic, as a requirement of increased social distancing, higher uncertainty, and the lockdown caused traditional economic activities to weaken very sharply. Digital economic activities such as online shopping, digital payment, remote video meeting became popular and essential. We saw our clients' demands for automating the workflow or enhancing the risk management ability of their future operations has increased sharply at the same time. And we discovered that organizations that have already started on AI deployment journey in Southeast Asia and India, responding to the shock of the pandemic significantly better than organizations without digitalization. The pandemic outbreak let business re-architect and think about the importance and essence of building an AI-powered infrastructure that can function, autonomously manage, and prevent fraud itself. Today, across Asia, business understanding of AI, the implications of the evolving AI-powered automation ecosystem far beyond narrow AI applications. While the connection between data, information, and intelligence is complicated, the force and pace of AI-powered digitalization changes expected in the coming years will present each business challenges and opportunities for its profitability. I believe it will be fascinating to witness how the AI changes global business power dynamics. Clearly, our lives have been transformed by remarkable innovation and the technological advances today. AI is increasingly at the heart of those innovative technologies which are growing very rapidly in sophistication and importance for society, the economy, and financial services in particular. Financial services industry considered to be the pioneer of digital transformation in Southeast Asia and India. Those AI-powered systems and processes are being used across the financial sector. For example, to help customers manage their money more effectively, to assist customers to enable onboarding remotely, as well as lead the processing of loan applications or insurance claims quicker, easier, more regular, and more transparent, boosting the efficient functioning and resilience of financial markets, bring benefits to consumers, to financial institutions, and to the country's financial system as a whole. According to a study released by Microsoft Asia and IDC Asia Pacific last year, in the financial service industry, organizations with AI expect to see 41% improvement in competitiveness in 3 years. AI technology brings good user experience to customers, financial institutions. In turn, benefit from AI in building a high productivity workflow, in tailoring products to consumers' needs, in reducing operational costs, and in more effective ways of preventing financial fraud. Next, let's turn to learn about 3 mainstream AI-powered solutions that have gotten much attention from the financial service industry in Southeast Asia and India. So when it comes to the financial service sector in Southeast Asia, one typical difficulty is how to verify and recognize the ID documents accurately and effectively. Most countries in Southeast Asia have not standardized the use of ID documents and lack of official national ID database. The inefficiency of ID verification causes serious fraud threats and hinders the path of digitalization in various industries. Indonesia, as the biggest country in Southeast Asia, which is amid a digital transformation stage with booming digital economy development, but the ID verification system in a long historical time is inefficient, disorganized, with fragmented management, and is fragile to encounter fraud attack. For example, before 2016, an Indonesian individual can use any of the following IDs for an ID check to connect to the local public facilities: KK, which is a family card; KTP, which is ID card; MPWP, which is a tax card; SRM, which is driver license, and so on. In that case, fraudsters can take advantage of this loophole and utilize different ID cards simultaneously for applying bank loans or services. After 2016, the Indonesian government launched the eKTP. Unfortunately, during this eKTP promotion process, criminals produced a large number of fake KTP cards that was intending to confuse ID verification and committing fraud, which also led to the hardship in confirming the authenticity of the identities. Thus, in the past decades, Southeast Asia was rated as a hotbed for the fraud crime. Fortunately, today, AI technologies are disrupting traditional industries, especially the financial service industry. I believe the enterprises and the financial institutions in Southeast Asia can turn the disadvantages into opportunities and seize the future in the new generation technology innovation. The basis of an AI-powered solution for ID document recognition is a branch of artificial intelligence known as machine learning. Modern machine learning applies and refines or trains a series of algos on a large dataset by iteratively optimizing as it learns in order to identify patterns and make predictions for new data. One of the critical advantages of advanced AI's artificial intelligence technology and the machine learning algorithms is the ability to leverage the huge amount of data amassed during the process of verifying more than 100 million of identities and achieves as high as 99% accuracy. By building other AI models on top of this initial step, an AI-powered solution can then remove a large number of friction from the digital onboarding process while still fighting online identity fraud and meeting anti-money laundering and know your customer compliance mandates. For the majority of financial institutions, the onboarding process was usually a natural starting point for their digital transformation journey. If you are a regular customer, you would have said the onboarding, it was cumbersome and complex. All of these issues would have compounded when the customer was trying to work with a financial institution on a cross-regional business, such as open accounts in the different countries. But to financial institutions, it was more than just addressing pain points. Onboarding is a kind of service that can proactively satisfy the customer's needs and understand how this particular product and service fits into their ultimate outcome. An AI-powered digital onboarding solution usually combines a set of digital ID verification products with anti-fraud machine learning models. It can help banks manage customers' complex banking needs, simplify the process of transacting accounts, speed up the efficiency of authentication service, and significantly improve the user experience. As we know, onboarding digital transformation brings reliability, predictability, and functionality for our customers to deliver predictable outcomes at the pace you prefer to work at via digitalizing financial service processes. And moreover, I think what we can look forward that this transformation helps financial institutions create an autonomous digital platform. After all, onboarding is the most pivotal point in customer interaction. That's what onboarding could look like in the future. At last, I'd like to introduce a trendy AI-powered solution that helps evaluate borrowers' credit situation in a very modern way. Just using a face photo of yourself and then produce your credit score quickly and effectively. It's called Facial Multi-Loan Score Solution. This solution not only develops for showing fancy technology, but providing important value to help the development of financial inclusion. Lending to lower-income borrowers and informal enterprises is always a challenge to financial institutions, especially in emerging countries. The traditional methods of credit evaluation of those borrowers are ineffective. It's because most of those borrowers often have no access to formal financing. There's no record of past borrowing behavior. That capacity is hard to judge, as well because some of them are often paid wages in cash, or have no formal savings or registered assets that could be used as collateral. Facial multi-loan score solution creates a new method for lenders to chart another path via AI technology. By using increased computing power and new sources of information and data, for example, data can be from telecommunications providers, retailers, government, not only financial institutions, a more widely information source than ever, including overlooked data, indirect data, for example, to build risk models. Facial multi-loan score solution can help lenders profile those lower income or unbanked borrowers' credit situation easier, rise up approval rates of lending application. It also helps reduce the credit losses for the lower income borrowers or unbanked people. Bringing the unbanked into the formal financial system is a goal of World Bank Group Universal Financial Access Initiative, launched in 2015. The initiative aims to enable 1 billion people to have access to a transaction account by 2020. As estimated, 1.7 billion adults worldwide, 290 million population in Southeast Asia still do not have a financial transaction account today. About 2/3 cite limited funds as a reason. In plain English, it means the financial services are not yet affordable for the poor. This is a vicious circle for poor people that if you were unbanked and you cannot experience any other financial services to relieve, the poor people will stay in poor condition. And actually, we don't want to see things go this way. That's why one of ADVANCE.AI's business vision is to assist the development of financial inclusion in Southeast Asia and India. Because the significance of financial inclusion, making financial service available to everyone. It's a journey that we are devoting to. We are on the way. ADVANCE.AI is on the way. And Southeast Asia is on the way. For just 1 month, 2020 is going to end. The world is totally different today from the one we started this year with. We couldn't have anticipated challenges that the COVID-19 would bring to us. Same, we couldn't imagine if the pandemic outbreak did not occur in 2020, but in 1990. Without the digital economy and booming online service, how would everything go? While the pandemic crisis has had a profound impact on the economy, it has also increased and focused interest in the usage of AI in tackling immediate problems and challenges precipitated by the crisis. In financial services, AI technology indeed helps the industry respond and recover from the shock of the outbreak. While the use of AI has clear benefits in an increasingly data-driven economy, there are risks and challenges. As a saying, if innovation isn't responsible, risk will quickly emerge and its benefits will not endure. At last, we believe that we can open up new opportunities with AI development. Southeast Asia and India are the fertile grounds for new-gen technology innovations. That's my speech today. Thank you very much.